Well, guys, I think I'm selling the GTI. I've only owned this car since what? 21, I believe. I believe. Here, let's check that real quick. I got it on the 25th of 2021. So it was when I got this car, it was peak COVID time, and all the prices for the cars has gone up drastically. And I bought the car for an absurd amount for being a high mileage GTI. But at the time, I just wanted a GTI. But that was probably one of my worst decisions I've ever made in my life. Because considering I've only owned this car for what? Closing into 2 years now. I've already replaced an engine and the transmission on this car. First one giving out was the transmission. It wasn't because it failed completely, but the axle washers decided it doesn't want to be a one piece anymore. I'll put a picture of it on the screen, but there's like two little circles and then it's like connected by like one piece in the middle. It decides to be a two piece, and the piece that was still attached with the axle bolts was still over there flinging around because the axle was spinning obviously, and until it starts hitting on the transmission case, and the transmission case is aluminum, so it's very weak, and until it just rubbed and until the transmission case basically just gave out. Shocker, which with aluminum casing. So I had to replace that with a junkyard one. I believe when I got it, it was like sub 50k miles on the transmission. I paid my buddy to install it for me because at the time I didn't have the glorious lifts at the time, so I paid my buddy to do it, and I paid the dealership to program the mechatronics unit to communicate with the car so the car can move, because if you just swap out your transmission without coding the mechatronics unit, it's not going to work. So yeah, fast forward like few months after that, I was kind of beating on the car, do a little racing with a buddy, and yeah, my spark plug decided to fail after that. And obviously these cars are very particular on what goes inside, and it didn't like the electrode being in the combustion chamber, and therefore ruining something that I still don't know to this day, because at the time I didn't have the luxury of time to fully disassemble an engine. All I know was when I dropped the pan, there was a lot of metal shavings at the bottom of the pan. So I knew something was f***ed. So I ordered a junkyard motor for a crazy price, honestly, in my opinion, for a 4-cylinder engine. That's a ridiculous price. I'm not going to tell you because I don't know why, but the engine I installed myself, a little bit of help with a buddy, trying to mate up the transmission with the engine because it was heavy, because it's a DSG. So I got that done. I believe it was like 4 or 5 days, but the car was still not drivable after I put it back together, because like small stuff like if you remember, the hood locking me out because the latch disassembled because it's plastic, because it's a Volkswagen. So so I had to break the grill, yada yada yada. So we got that open, Um, then I was having trouble with the car dying and starting, and because I installed the cam follow backwards, so therefore there was no fuel. So it'd start and then die, and then once I figured that out, yeah, a lot of growing pains owning this car for almost 2 years now, and I've learned a lot, and yeah, it will probably be my last Volkswagen. Hopefully not European cars, because European cars are kind of good, decent when they're working right and not flashing check engine light or leaking or just being a general pain in the ass to work on every time there is something broken. So yeah, so I'll probably, I don't know, I'll probably stay away from European cars for a little bit until I can swallow that pill again of potentially going through the pain that I went through with this car. So that is why I am selling the car, and whoever owns it after me, I hope you have a fun time owning it, because I didn't, honestly. In the grand scheme of things, I didn't have fun owning it, because yeah, aside from it looking good performance, comfortable interiors, good looking, you get compliments from everyone and anyone that you walk across just from like a day-to-day basis. I don't know, I don't think it's worth it. So for me, my final decision is I am selling the car. So if you saw this video or I sent this video, that's the experience that I've had with the car, and hope you have a better experience with it. So this is gonna be like a quick little video, so I'll see you guys on the next one. I have a check engine light to fix.